I'm Claire. If you're watching this, then you, like me, might be disappointed in everything and everyone. Also, yes, I am wearing 3 World Series replica rings. It's annoying as hell, but I need to make a point. And if this is your first time here, then all you need to know about me is that I have no clue what I'm talking about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Today, we're going to be recapping the Championship Series and then taking a quick look at the World Series. But if you want to end the video here, then before you click off, the only thing you need to know is that everything sucks, and starting October 25th, we're going to get to see the most insufferable week of baseball in recent history. But first, as promised, a quick recap of the Championship Series. I am going to start by saying that I am incredibly disappointed in the Mets, but especially the Guards. I had the Guards going all the way. I had the Guards winning the series. But first off, I'm upset with the Guards because now my bracket is shot. Second, I said that if the Yankees were going to win the series, they would first win game 1, and then they would win in 6 games. Guards couldn't even do that. Guards couldn't force game 6 in New York. They lost in 5. Seriously, guys? And third, as much as I like Stephen Vogt, I am disappointed in some of the managerial decisions he made in the series. For example, game 4, I thought Gaddis was doing a great job, and I thought that he should pitch to a few guys in the 9th. I just don't think that you should take a guy out when the guy's stuff is as nasty as Gaddis's was, and when the opposing players just look so off balance against him. I especially don't think you should take a guy out when your closer has spent the entire series blowing saves. That's not to say that Clace isn't a good pitcher, but it is to say that Clace was blowing save after save in that series. At least it felt like it. To someone who may not have been entirely an impartial observer. All that being said, I will say that the ALCS gave us one of the great games of recent postseason history. I don't like using the term instant classic, especially since National Baseball media has a tendency to overuse it to the point of rendering it completely meaningless. But I think Game 3 of the ALCS was about as close as you can get. We'll see if it stands up over the next few years, but it was a great game, and it was especially a great ending for the Yankees to take the lead in the top of the 8th, and then down to their last out and their last strike. You've got Big Christmas, who hits a home run to tie the game and send it into extras. And then obviously, David Fry's walk-off home run. I cannot think of a better way to end a postseason game. It gave me low-key flashbacks to the Giants NLCS win against the, I want to say, Cardinals, the one where Travis Ishikawa hit that 3-run home run to walk it off. Obviously, there are differences. Our tying home run came in the 8th off of Michael Morse's bat. We weren't down to our last strike. We were ahead of in the series. It wasn't a completely lost cause. And we won that World Series, which we can't say about the Guardians. But I was getting flashbacks to that game, and that was one of the greatest postseason games I've ever seen. So I imagine for Cleveland fans, that was pretty special, despite the fact that they then lost the next game. And the one after that, I forgot it went 5 games. Yeah, I was really hoping that game would give the Guards momentum to, win all 3 in Cleveland and then take it back to New York with a chance to win the series. I was wrong. In the end, the Guards disappointed me. And so did the Mets. They might have had a playoff pumpkin, but the Dodgers had a Shohei Ohtani. And he had a pretty good series. So did Mookie Betts. That being said, as great a series as Shohei and Mookie had, I do want to very quickly highlight Max Muncy, as much as it pains me to do, because I don't really like recognizing any Dodgers. But I do think that the postseason record he set was pretty cool. 12 straight on-base appearances. Very cool. That's impressive. Pains me that it's a Dodger who holds that record. But it's impressive. Cheers to him, I guess. So now, instead of watching literally any other team in the World Series, we get to suffer through a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. And if the commentary in either of the championship series is any indication, it's going to be so annoying. So annoying. I genuinely could not watch either of those series in English. We watched in Spanish. We watched the Spanish broadcast, mostly because we don't understand a word of Spanish, and so that actually made the games watchable. Especially the ALCS commentary, it was so one-sided. Everything the Yanks do is amazing. They're all amazing. All of the players are amazing, and I guess the Guardians are there too. That's what the commentary sounded like in English. I hate national baseball media. And now this series is being billed as the Clash of the Titans is an actual headline I got to see this morning. Pissed me right off. So a few things about these Titans. One of them hasn't been to the series in over a decade. The other only won a series when the season was shortened. Such Titans. And while we're talking about how they're such Titans, let's be clear that they're only Titans because the rules of the league have prevented smaller market teams from actually being competitive. A salary cap could go a long way to making other teams in smaller markets a little more competitive, and thus the sport of baseball in its entirety more interesting. Because this isn't Clash of the Titans, this is Clash of the Wallets. I'm sorry, but I just think that baseball is a lot more fun when you've got teams that kind of rotate in their competitiveness. I'm kind of tired of always seeing the Dodgers and the Astros and the Yankees in the postseason. I'd like some variety in my baseball. And for as long as we don't have rules in this league to kind of enforce some of that variety, to give smaller market teams a chance to be competitive, baseball's going to continue dying. So yeah, Rob Manfred gets his wet dream come true. The Yankees will face the Dodgers in the World Series. It will be insufferable, and the only people who will enjoy it are the national baseball commentators who have a hard-on for the Yankees or the Dodgers. The rest of us will just suffer. But this is the series we're getting. So I do have a few questions for myself, mostly. Starting with, do I watch? Probably not, and if I do, definitely not in English. If I'm going to be watching this series, I don't want to understand anything. I just want to watch the baseball and not understand any of the commentators. I don't need their commentary. Their commentary makes it worse. The second question is, who do I root against more? Because obviously, I can't root for any of the teams in this World Series. I don't like the Yankees. I don't like the Dodgers. I really don't like the Yankees, and out of principle, I cannot root for the Dodgers. So who do I root against more? Not entirely sure what the answer to that one is, actually, because, like I've said, I don't like either team. The Yankees, as an organization, annoy me more, and their players, individually, also annoy me more. And I do like more individual Dodgers players than I do Yankees players. But again, out of principle, I cannot root for the Dodgers. So genuinely, I don't know the answer to that question. Unrelated, about that comet that everyone's been talking about, how close to Earth is it getting, and will it land in New York? Important questions to ask. Also, do I hope for an earthquake that interrupts the series and prevents it from ever being played? Knowing that an earthquake that big would probably definitely affect me personally. I'm also not sure about that answer. And finally, what did I do to the baseball gods to deserve a Yankees-Dodgers World Series? I mean, genuinely, what did I do to piss them off? Now, this is the point of the video where if any other teams were in the World Series, I would be making predictions about what I think will happen in the series. I'm not going to do that because, first of all, I don't care. Any outcome is going to piss me off. And second, seeing how well I predicted the ALCS, I clearly have no clue what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to baseball.